The Tigers gave a
Tiger uppercut
to the New York Yankees.
Yep.
The Yankees started 4-0,
4-0.
and they're 6-5 right now.
And they got
They
their teeth
lost
kicked in.
5 of their last 6 games.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is
And
with the
you know,
Yankees.
and you want to know who's leading the American League East?
Who's that?
My wild card, the Toronto Blue
The
Jays.
Blue Jays. Yep.
Detroit 7-4 leading the Central. I have a feeling they're going to run away and hide. What?
And you know who is cussing up a storm right now
Besides me?
about the Yankees being beaten up?
Oh Lord, yes.
You know
Shout out to
who?
Wise El Jefe.
Yep. Shout out to our man,
Our
Wise El
favorite
Jefe.
Yankees, our favorite New York fan.
Mm-hmm. Our
Dude.
Yankee aficionado.
Mm-hmm. I bet you the look on his face will be one of shock.
Just so you know, a lot of the words that he would say, he cannot say on this airways, but he can say it on Mentality. By the way, if you have not been involved, get involved with Mentality. That is still probably
Please
one of the
do.
most hilarious shows to
Oh
watch,
man.
besides this one. Because Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, honey. I just got a delivery.
Hey,
And it's called lunch.
nice.
And y'all wonder why I'm so happy.
No, we know exactly why you're happy.
You know.
We're happy right along with you.
Okay. You and the boys know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You and the crew already know. I'm talking about people that haven't seen Jody before.
Right.
Angels lead the West. They're 7-3. Houston 5-6, 2.5 back. But it's April. It's early April.
It's April. And that's
Mets are on top. Mets are on top of the National League East. A half game over Philadelphia. Those two will race to the finish. And my wild card from that division is Washington.
Yeah. Hopefully sometime we'll have our residential Met fan and Chris Dietz come by.
Yeah.
And break that down.
The next sentence I'm going to utter is full of things that piss me off.
And they are.
The Chicago Cubs lead the National League Central Division.
Blech.
Blech. Meanwhile, the Padres and the Giants and the Dodgers competing for supremacy so far in the National League West. Padres half a game ahead of the Dodgers because I meant half a game ahead of the Giants.
There you go.
Padres half game ahead of the Giants and the Dodgers. I'll put a quarter in the swear jar later.
Right.
Because I actually had it right after all. The Padres are a half game ahead of the Giants and the Dodgers in the National League West, and those are your division recaps.
Gotcha. So, we gotta be careful when we talk about the Cubs because we got Mike Drop Moran coming tomorrow.
You know what? I can't wait for her to come on tomorrow. In fact, I may have her on at the top of the hour.
Well, we'll see.
I'm going to message her right now. I want her on at the top of the second hour.
Okay.
All right. Because we can give Mike Drop Moran a full hour.
Oh, boy.
And it'll be comedy gold.
Yes, it will.
It will be comedy gold. And I think she can bring more guests on.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the White Sox goes, here we go again. Can't score.
Can't score.
Can't
hit.
Can't
pitch.
Ain't got no pitching to save our lives. After they went 2-2 in the first 4 games, I'm thinking, okay, this team is going to be competitive.
Right.
Matter of fact, let me do this another way. I thought the White Sox would be competitive after a 2-2 start.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop lying. Oh.
I was gonna say, who told that lie?
Me. And then I was told,
stop it. Get some help.
The Sox are ways off.
Yeah, they are far, far off. And I was in the room cussing one night because the White Sox lost. And my beloved looked at me and said,
English, do you speak it?
Right. You saw.
And as I tried to answer said question, and honey, I'm joking when I do this. As I tried to answer said question, I started mumbling, and then she said,
I don't remember asking you a thing.
And of course, I fell out laughing.
Right. The thing is again, until now, look, we know pitching is very important for the Sox to do well.
Yep.
I still look at them doggone bats and why they are basically got frostbite on them.
They'll always until they get a runner in scoring position and take advantage of when they can put a big inning together, like they did in within the first 4 games. They're not competing at all.
Again, there needs to be, I don't understand what it is, but for some reason, they cannot get runners over.
No.
It's like they get someone on second, someone on third, and their bats just freeze up.
They fall silent. They fall silent. And with the last White Sox game I did 2 years ago, that's what kept pissing me off. Leaving runners on base.
I always go back to the game you called. I think it was last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Bases loaded.
Because my office was in the kitchen. Bases loaded, no outs, and got nothing.
And got nobody over. I think they ground to a double play at that point.
Yeah, it was a strikeout and a double play. In the 7th inning.
How do you blank that up so bad?
They were only down a run.
A 1 run.
They were down 3-2. Cleveland had taken the lead in the top of the 7th inning. The White Sox load the bases with nobody out, and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a big inning. We're finally going to get even with these guys.
You slap a shot in the corner. You slap a nice frozen rope in the corner, and it stays fair. They clear the bases.
They clear the bases. And the problem is with the White Sox at the plate, they become aggressive swingers. So they swing at basically everything.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not patient hitters.
They become undisciplined hitters.
Undisciplined hitters. Absolutely. And yes, I'm ranting about my White Sox because I want them to get back to competitive baseball.
We want them to go back to how they were in 05 and 06.
Baseball.
God forbid.
God forbid.
I think that's Lucy that perked her head up too. Baseball.
Football is concerned with downs. What down is it? Baseball is concerned with ups. Who's up? Are you up? I'm not up. He's up.
Exactly. Lord have mercy. Oh man.
That's a short, and that's also a drop.
That's a drop, and that's a short.
That's a short, and that's also a drop. I'm making sure I get those out today. For those of you that were looking for the Monday and Tuesday podcast version of the show, I'm working on that. I should have it out today, as well as the Wednesday version, because I don't have any afternoon interviews, nor do I have any games scheduled until 7 o'clock. So I got a lot of time to do some editing, but it will be updated today. and it will be published. And if you go to the YouTube channel, both YouTube channels, Snowman in the Morning and Snowman Multimedia, you'll find out where you can pick up the podcast.
Speaking of which,
Jeez.
we took a little field trip yesterday
Yes, we did.
to the Grill Sports Podcast, headed by my man Droid.
I love you, Droid.
I gotta give a
Love
shout
you,
out for this
Droid.
because that show is hilarious.
We had fun yesterday.
We did just telling stories, chopping up and telling stories.
I think we had the guys cracking up with all the
Oh,
stories.
we did. We did. Especially Blake. Blake
Blake
is the only
couldn't
person-
hold. Blake couldn't hold his laughter to save his life. Blake is like me.
Yes.
Okay. Blake is like me. If something's funny, I'm not giggling. I'm laughing out loud.
Blake is the only person I know that can go up octaves when he laughs.
Yeah, he went up about 4 octaves on his laugh.
I was at what I found hilarious was when Droid has a great voice
Yes,
for any kind of sports,
that he does.
but his golf voice was hilarious.
You know what?
It makes me think like, yeah, Droid could
When
be
he
a great
takes
golf
call-
announcer.
Hmm.
And the thing is, like, I've been with Droid.
Old Snowman's got an idea.
Oh no, I've been with Droid on hockey calls.
Yes, you have. And he's terrific.
And of course, he does his calls for the sports machine, so we know he's good with football calls. But the golf calls, or calling other sports with a golf voice.
Sports with a golf voice. I would not be able to do it.
Steph Curry with 35-footer. Oh, look, he got it. Another Burnett. Oh,
And then he played the sound.
right, the golf
clap.
Patrick Mahomes throws 35 yards. Oh, it's caught. Travis Kelce, and he's gone. Touchdown. Congratulations.
And then get the golf clap.
Absolutely masterful.
most
You guys have not
hilarious
seen it.
thing.
Please go watch that.
Please
That
go
is hilarious.
watch the 7th
Bro.
episode. It's episode 7
Mhm.
of Grilled Sportsnet. Y'all need to go check that out. His golf calls were hilarious, man.
It makes you wonder, like, what happened if you called other sports like you would call golf?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Oh
would the
my
Maris
gosh.
Miracle really be a miracle if Brian Snow used the golf voice? Probably not.
Listen, it would be a miracle if I can get to that golf voice.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
I
And now I got to wondering what would happen if you called others when the way you call other sports. What if you call the golf game like all the sports?
I would not be able to do it.
There's a putt, deep and high. There's a hole in one.
And that's exactly why I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
That's exactly why I cannot keep a golf voice.
Right.
I can't.
Tiger.
I tried.
Tiger Woods for the Masters. All you gotta do is sink this putt. Is it? Yes! Yes!
You know what? That would be a click, click, bang moment.
Right?
That would be a click, click, bang moment.
Use Hawk Harrelson's voice. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Celebrate that putt as Hawk Harrelson celebrated Mark Burley's no-hitter.
Right.
Dear God.
It wouldn't work.
It would not work. It would not work.
It'd be a madhouse. It'd be a madhouse.
I'd get through whole. Listen, they would crazily put me on hole 18.
Right.
Okay, they put me on the 18th hole.
Yep.
Right. And me and the 18th hole would not be good friends.
Nope. Nope.
Because at that time they probably would have been telling me you have to keep your voice low.
You have to keep quiet. You have to keep some semblance of quiet, which is
have
not
to
happening.
You have to keep your voice low.
It's not happening, sir.
And I'm thinking, that
right. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'm screaming.
I'm calling this the way I call other sports. You hit it, I'm out of here. Give me my money.
That's why I
Because
started
I'm not.
thinking that.
Like, why are we paying you now? Because I'm not coming back.
That's why I wonder, like, why, like, where do they get the announcers for golf for? And I honestly think that they get them from like your public library. Because public library, everyone's got to be quiet. You have a library saying, shh.
Listen, I'll tell you 2 golf announcers who announced other sports, and they were terrific at calling golf. Pat Summerall and Vern Lundquist.
Well, Pat Summerall.
And Vern Lundquist is Vern Lundquist.
You can have him you can have him do announcements for a fishing tournament, and he would turn to like a Super Bowl.
But the way he would keep his voice so low,
yeah,
you still are interested.
You can have him announce the World Series of Poker, and it'll be like the World Series of baseball.
God rest you, Pat Summerall. God rest you and Godspeed to you and your family, Pat Summerall. Man,
yes.